How many of you are parents out there and feel like you're screwing up your kids? How would you like to become a more effective parent? Do you ever feel like no matter what you do, your children just don't respond the way that you'd like them to? Today, I'm going to explain why. Although I haven't been fortunate enough to have children of my own, I was once a child myself. And because I now know how the human brain works, I can share some perspective that will help you with your parenting. It all begins with our own personal life experience. You see, we go through these experiences and we perceive that we know what's best for our children. But how many people do you know that you believe knows what's best for you? In an attempt to keep our children safe, we control them so that they don't have to go through the same experience that we once did. So essentially, we're trying to treat them like a version of ourselves. But depending on the perceptions that their brain took on, their experience may be completely different. The very thing that you're attempting to avoid in order to keep them safe may be the experience that they need within themselves in order to grow. If you block that growth, their brain will be forced to grow in a different way. Because many neurochemicals are associated and tied into growth, and we must have growth in order to stay alive. So the very safety and comfort you're placing on them is inhibiting their growth. Because we can't grow if we're living in comfort. If your child's brain develops the same as yours, they must have seen enough proof that your belief was accurate. If they do the opposite of what you currently expect, their brain subconsciously disagreed with the information you provided. So they seek new information in order to grow. The missing link is understanding that the brain runs off of a neurochemical reward system. And our brain has to meet these neurochemicals in order to survive. So we meet these neurochemicals either consciously or subconsciously. Consciously is being proactive, problem solving, and making decisions. Whereas subconsciously is being reactive, fight or flight, and attempting to force others to meet our needs for us. The best thing that we can do as parents is express our beliefs and the possibility of what could go wrong, while allowing them agency to decide what's best for them. If they choose to go through the pain, the experience must have been needed for them in order to learn and grow. Even if we perceive it to be wrong, they must have perceived it to be an experience they needed in order to grow. So, my question for you would be, how can you allow them to have the experience without the expectation of how you think it should be? After all, why do you believe it should be a certain way to begin with? It's because that conclusion was based solely off your own experience. And if your experience was detrimental, then it's obvious you don't want your children to have the same one. I'm Berkeley, and I'm a facilitator for Fulfill Life Yourself. I love to share perspective to help you improve and live a more fulfilling life. If the information I provided was helpful for you, please like, subscribe, and comment brain below for more information.